Well, welcome to my channel, Mimi here. I am so glad that you stopped by to see me, and I think that you'll be in for a real treat today because what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to decorate and or design these stackable pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. Now, I already did a video which I affectionately call my paint trying video, and in that video, I just prepped a lot of the projects that I'm going to be working on for my front porch for fall. Now, the lace that I'm using for this project, I picked up from Michael's. So, as many of you may know, Joann Fabrics is no longer in business. However, Michael's has picked up a lot of the fabric, a lot of the ribbon, and for this one, the lace that I'm using is just absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful with a scallop edge to it, and then it has the silver, I'm going to say studs that are going down the middle of it. I cut each piece at about 9¼ inches, and I'm starting to glue it in at the top, and I'm making sure that I don't glue it all the way up at the top. I start right up under that lip of the pumpkin where everything is going to be attached together with the other pumpkins so that it'll have a nice clean fit once I am done and ready to put everything together. A little bit of glue right down the middle, and then I just go ahead and attach that beautiful lace in there, and you'll just see as it goes along just how much it just transforms this design for this pumpkin. The inspiration for this pumpkin comes from a shopping trip that I did to Home Goods. Did a video on that, and I'll attach that at the end of this video as well, and it'll all be in a playlist for you. But yeah, the inspiration came from that. I went through the store and I saw a lot of their black and white decor that they have for Halloween, and in particularly I saw a stackable pumpkin in black and white, and I kind of thought to myself, I bet I could do that. And you know what? I bet you can do this too. So I want you to just keep watching the video all the way through because there's a lot of good things that I have in here for you. And this is just a part of it. Look at how beautiful that is. It just really took it to a new, different, and glamorous level in just a few moments. Now I have some more black lace that I'm going to put around again right up under that lip at the top. And the thing that I like about this lace is because it is pleated. So it's going to make it a lot easier as you go around the pumpkin to attach it. You don't have to cut any pieces to try to fit it in there. Just turn and glue, turn and glue, and then when you're done you'll see just how beautiful it is and how again it just adds another level of, to me, sophistication to this stackable pumpkin. See how that lace just gives it a very nice and frilly look to it. I think it's just gorgeous, but I'm not done yet. I've got some more embellishing to do. So I picked these stickers up from Michael's, and they are black with a little bit of bling right in the middle of them. And I'll tell you that they stick very well to the project. It will not move. So you have to be very, very intentional about where you want them to go if this is something that you use for your project. And so the design that I am doing for this one is I'm kind of going up and down around the pumpkin and kind of doing somewhat of a roller coaster type effect, if you can imagine that. But of course, I'm going to show you at the end so you can see what it looks like. But it turned out really well. I am just so pleased with the way that this bottom part of the pumpkin is turning out. And of course, I have the next one that I'm going to start working on. So you're certainly want to watch all the way through. And you know what? Of course, this is a good time. If you like this video, certainly go ahead and give me a nice thumbs up with a like. It really, really helps my channel. And I certainly appreciate you watching and hope that you'll subscribe and help me grow my channel. I would really appreciate that. This is what I love to do. I enjoy it. And it is my pleasure to be able to share some of the things that I do with you. So once again, thank you and keep watching. So moving right along with this project, I'm adding a nice coat of Mod Podge around the pumpkin all the way around. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to attach or cover it with a fishnet stocking that I happened to find as I was going through and shopping my home. No judging on that. But I thought this would be a good way to add another level of texture to this and save money just by looking for some things that are around my house. So I just pulled that right over the top of it. And then what I'm going to do once I get it on there, fit it real good, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just clip off the excess that's on the top of it. And as I was adding more glue to the stocking, I noticed that the seam was on the wrong side. And you know, we just can't have that. So I took a moment, a little happy accident there, took a moment and just took it off. And then I made sure that I had it turned inside out, and I put it back on the pumpkin, and then I resumed the project and added more of the glue to it. Now, what I wasn't sure of is whether the glue would make the fishnet stick to the pumpkin itself, but I at least wanted it to dry hard on the pumpkin, again, to have some really nice texture on there and for everything to pretty much stay in place. So once I got that back on there nice and neat, then I finished with adding the rest of the glue on there and was ready to go on to the next part of the project. Now I'm just trimming off the excess from the top, and once this dries, I am going to go around with some hot glue and some of that pleated ribbon around the top of this pumpkin. Now it's time to move on to the last pumpkin, and that is the one that's going to sit at the top. And this one is going to have a few steps involved with it, but it's just going to be just beautiful once it's all done. So hang in there with me. We're almost there. I picked up this black fine glitter from Michael's as well. And what I'm going to do is do a little bit of a design around the top of it with my hot glue gun. And then I'm going to go back over it again with some of the black glitter to do an outline for the pumpkin. So this is pretty much how I am designing this. just kind of making it my own, which is one of the things that I love about doing my own DIYs. I know a lot of people say, hey, with all the time and the materials that you put into this, you really could just buy it from the store. And I get that thought. However, if you are a crafter, if you are a designer, there is just nothing like doing something and making it your own, doing your own design and whatever color you want to use. And that is where I get so much of my joy from when I do my DIYs, because I know that even though it's going to be very similar to the one that's in Home Goods, it's not the same. And I also know and take pride in the fact that it's something that I did myself. And so I'm hoping that as you're going through watching this video, that you can say, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it too. And that you actually do it. Just find the supplies that you need. I think probably the most challenging part would be to find the stackable pumpkins at the Dollar Tree. They can tend to be pretty elusive, and when you see them, you got to get them because, they'll be gone before you know it. When I stopped at my local Dollar Tree, and I was talking to the cashier, and I was a little surprised that they were there. She said, well, they won't be there much longer. And I said, I totally agree with you. So I got a couple of them because I want to make sure that I have them. Now, one thing about the Dollar Tree, their prices have gone up. The Dollar Tree stackable pumpkins are now $7 a piece as opposed to $5. And so that is about a 40% increase in their price for this. But I went ahead and got them because this is what I wanted to do. And so sometimes you just spend the money because you want to, but also I know that with the price increase, it does make it a little bit difficult for a lot of people to continue to shop there when there are certainly some other places that you could probably find some good deals as well. So this is how the outline looks. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just cover up the stem with some painter's tape so that the glitter does not get in that area. I'm going to add a different embellishment there, and I want to make sure that the hot glue is going to stick on there real good so that the embellishment does not fall off. Now that the stem is all covered with the painter's tape, I'm going to come back in with some of the Mod Podge and a nice little thick coating in that outlined area that I have. I'm going to go around the pumpkin with that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of the black glitter and start adding that to the project. Now this part of it is going to take a few steps just to make sure that the glitter is covering the spot that I want. So it's going to be a little bit of adding and then going back in and filling in more, adding, checking it and filling in more. So this part of the project, I think probably is maybe the most time consuming. But again, once you're done with it, it just gives so much more back to you with the final product. So yeah, so I'm starting that right now, and I'll shake it on there and then I'll tap it so it comes off, and I can see where I need to add more of the glitter, the glue, and I just keep repeating that step until it is actually done. After I remove the painter's tape from the stem, I am going to add a rope that I have, and I got this out of my inventory, and it has black beads going through it, and then it also has a couple of strands of material in there. It's just really pretty, very subtle. And so I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to attach it and just go around and around and around with it and attach it to the top of the stem. So thank you so much if you're still watching. We're getting close to the end of this project, and once I put it all together, you'll just see that I think that this is certainly worth the watch, and as well as doing it yourself. And now I'm going to add a couple of pieces of black leaves that I had from a previous project, and just adding that up to the top of the stem just to give it a little bit more of a decoration to the top of it. And now once I get all that glued in there, I'm going to come back in with some more of the Mod Podge and some more of the black glitter, and I'm going to cover up those spots that you see up at the top. And I'm also going to add a few more embellishments on the white part of that pumpkin, just so that I don't end up with a lot of negative space. So I picked these up from Michael's as well. They're just peel and stick. They were very easy to work with, and I just alternated every other part of the pumpkin, and this is how it turns out. It's just so pretty. And this is how each one looks individually, and then this is how it looks once it is all stacked up together. I am so pleased with this project. This is going to be part of my front porch that I'm doing for fall, and I have more DIYs that'll go along with that. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you can see all of my upcoming videos. And whatever you do and wherever you go, be blessed.